Hey, it's Dan McDonald here. This is a video for regenerateyourlife.org, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV, and the Insiders Club. Today I am launching Thriving in a Dying World, How to Achieve True Health in a World of Confusion, Deception, and Misinformation. I know it sounds a little dramatic. The original title when I began writing the outline 3 years ago was Thriving in the 21st Century. I changed the title after I went to LA for a couple of weeks. So in Thriving in a Dying World, it's a 3-hour long online class, and it starts with an intro. And then I've got some subjects that I went over. Number one, birth as a medical procedure. So on day one, we start off wrong. Some people will disagree with me. I understand the more we rely on chemicals, the more reliant on chemicals and procedures and diagnostics and technology will be required. Second, I go into adolescent environment, how the adolescent environment affects you, and then what you can do to begin to transform the programming. That's what this whole program is about. It's about sharing a different narrative than the one we've been programmed with all of our lives. It's breaking free from the matrix. Number three, drugs. And there's 4 subcategories underneath that topic, and that is birth. Drugs at birth, drugged up from birth. And then childhood drugs. Drugs into adulthood, recreational drugs, dealing with the stress and the pain. And then, of course, the senior citizens strung out on pharmaceutical drugs because we didn't have this information available to us thriving in a dying world until now. Now we know how to live a life without drugs. Number 4, optimal nutrition. Whole foods. Can you dig it? Number 5, soil. I have become particularly interested in soil. I've been gardening off and on all of my life. I grew beets this big, daikon radishes, carrots, kale, cabbage, potatoes, green beans, and other herbs on my parents' farm. I moved to Kauai, got a plot of land. I was a steward to a banana, papaya, coconut farm, avocados, and then I grew several large gardens with all types of herbs. And that's when I became truly interested in soil microbiology. And of course, as a health researcher, I've been studying the microbiome. Very fascinating stuff. And so I have a very unique perspective on the symbiotic relationship between soil microbiology and human microbiome or human microbiology. So a very unique perspective, mostly through revelation that I've had while studying soil microbiology and getting my plants to grow better, while simultaneously being fascinated, almost to the point of obsession, on the human microbiome. And this program really guides you back to some of these revelations that I've had to help you, to guide you back to principles and laws that can help you to thrive. Let the rest of society take the wide road. You take the narrow road that leads to life. Number 6, I go into the microbiome. Fun stuff. Healthier than you can imagine. Just healthy. So many digestive problems. And I had to focus on the microbiome after the hospital almost killed me, after I got poisoned. I couldn't talk about that at the time, but the statute of limitations is finally over. And to hell with all the politics of social media and all the other stuff that I had to deal with way back in the day. But I went to the hospital and they almost killed me. And then they charged me $30,000 for it. I'm glad I had that experience. Now I know how to go from a totally dead microbiome after 30 rounds of antibiotics, being chained to a bed. They wouldn't let me leave. I walked in there and said, give me 1 round of antibiotics. The next thing I know, I was held prisoner for 3 days until I had to sneak out in the middle of the night. That was a great experience to have. Once I realized they charge anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 a day to go to a hospital that is a sterile environment that has been shown to diminish your immune system. So you go to the hospital, you get sicker, not only because of the food, the drugs, and the energy vibration, but because of the lack of this. This is it. Number 7. So anyways, I want to wrap that up. I've become a microbiome regeneration expert to myself because now I have the fire and I never have any digestive issues with anything. Praise the Lord. Whole foods, real food, every single time that you eat. Every single time you eat, you get real food from the farmer's market preferred. Grow it yourself. Get some organic food, take it home, make it yourself. You avoid the restaurants, you avoid the crap. I went over all that in Thriving in a Dying World. Number 7, mind and meditation. This is where I've had challenges just due to, vaccine damage as a child, exposure to pharmaceutical and recreational drugs from a very young age. So young you wouldn't even believe me. 4 years old when I asked my dad for my first toke. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to have a fully developed brain. And now I'm making up for that to the best of my ability through diet, lifestyle, and above all, the greatest of all, the greatest meditation this morning of all. Just the presence of the Lord coming into your mind, releasing you from the prison of mind and showing you what you really are. Number 8, emotions feel to heal. Very difficult. But embracing the unpleasant is part of the process of life. 9, sleep. Got to get religious about that sleep. I go into it. 10, fresh air, sunshine, nature, fresh air. Sunshine and nature. Number 11, I go into fasting, detoxification, moderation, and sobriety. Fasting, epic. Isn't it amazing? The greatest medicine, the greatest modality is absolutely free. All you have to do is have to have a little bit of preparatory knowledge, a lot of faith in the divine intelligence within you, and a little bit of discipline over these senses right here. Fasting, detoxification, it's a real thing. This guy on the internet, whatever, I'm not even going to say his name because he don't get no shout out from me. He thinks that, and he's a medical doctor, that your liver is enough in this day and age. I'll tell you, you've got to do some type of conscious detoxification. Intermittent fasting, long-term fasting, juice fasting, fruit diet, mono diet, something. Herbal cleanses. You've got to give your body a break. It is inundated. Can you dig it? Moderation. Simplicity. It will lead you to mental clarity and ease of digestion. Mental clarity, smooth and easy. Simplicity, moderation in diet and all aspects of life. Number 4 on that, sobriety. It's none of my business what you do with your life, but my experience has been that complete and total sobriety from everything, including sugar, coffee, chocolate, tea, spices, drugs, ayahuasca, speed, pharmaceutical drugs, painkillers, heroin, all of it. My experience has been when you are completely 100% cannabis, gone, clear, free, 1 or 2 small meals each day, divine service, living your purpose, going to bed early, waking up early, meditating, staying clear, keeping your blood clear, dealing with the challenges of life as they arrive and dealing with them on life's terms, being real, grounded like this rock. And believe me, I ain't no one to preach, but I can say that life is a billion times better when you are completely sober and no longer rely on stimulants or drugs to get you through the day. I am not being judgmental, but I want to encourage you one at a time, and I go into it. Sobriety. Can you dig it? Number 12 and last is city life. I can't tell you how to live, but I talk about my experiences living in the city versus living in the country. There's a link on this page. It goes to my website, regenerateyourlife.org. You pick up Thriving in a Dying World. Closed captions for deaf people. There's a PDF. It's all typed out. You can read this information if you want. Print it out. You have a Thriving in a Dying World book. You can print out your favorite sections if you want and read those every day. 3-hour long video class. I meant to make it 2, but I was long-winded. Please watch these videos with your family. Make a salad, your favorite meal, whatever. Sit down and watch this 3-part series. I leave an email in there for you to get back to me with your questions. Please send me your questions once you've purchased Thriving in a Dying World. I would like your help to keep this dialogue going. I need to know what you want to know about and how I can be of service. Of course, 100% money back guarantee if you're not totally stoked. It's always like that. And so pick up Thriving in a Dying World. It's been 3 years since I've created anything new. This is everything that I cannot talk about on the YouTube due to the censorship, because the truth is no longer allowed except for our small little information products that we make on our websites. We're not allowed to tell the truth on YouTube, Facebook, Google, Twitter, Instagram anymore. The algorithms put you out, they shut you down. Seek the highest truth at all costs and set yourself free. Thank you very much. There will now be a video marathon for the next week to promote this Thriving in a Dying World, how to achieve true health in a world of confusion, deception, and misinformation. Pick it up right now. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day.